Hello folks, today I bring you the 2012 movie called Eden, so subscribe and leave a like to help me out. Now let's check it out. At the beginning of the film, we are bombarded with Hyun's drama, who, surprisingly and totally originally, is kidnapped and stuffed into the trunk of a car, desperately crying for help. The kidnapper, in a warm and cordial manner, asks her to calm down, as if it were a calm day in the park. After all, who doesn't enjoy a car ride with an occasional kidnapper? Hyun, in her sharpness, decides it's not worth continuing to scream, as the kidnapper is clearly an understanding person. We then notice a tasteful tattoo on the kidnapper's delicate wrist, elegantly closing the trunk before taking a casual drive around the city. But why, you may ask, did this refined kidnapper choose to abduct Hyun? We go back to the summer of 1994, a time of unusually important events in Hyun's life. Working with her mother in a shop, she is fortunate to receive a fake ID card from her friend Abby, such a selfless and completely cool gesture. Hyun, always obedient, agrees to go out and enjoy the nightlife with Abby, without revealing the generous gift of forgery to her mother. Before we can understand why this is relevant to the plot, Hyun's father appears, concerned only about his daughter's fun and, of course, the need to hide the truth from her mother. In an act worthy of Shakespeare, he presents Hyun with a ring and asks her to take care of herself. After delivering goods, a man of many talents, she returns to work with her mother, who, like any good mother, treats her with firmness. After intense negotiations, Hyun gets permission to go out at night, as long as she goes with Abby. At night, the nightclub rookie Hyun is courted by a young military man, such a unique experience that she needs to be reminded of it. However, the romantic tale is interrupted by a mysterious tattooed man, who takes her on an unwanted ride. The next morning, Hyun wakes up in a truck, surrounded by other girls, and is introduced to a big man. There she finds herself chained to a bed in an environment that looks more like a hospital than a vacation destination. The plot unfolds as the dreaded Marshal Bob arrives with a box of kittens, because, of course, every kidnapping needs a touch of cuteness. Bob's ominous warning that escape attempts will result in death is uttered, as he recalls the tragic fate of friend Maria, who tried to escape. Hyun, now renamed Eden, goes through a torturous year, with no friends other than Kyo, and a life lesson: don't kidnap people. The surprising twist occurs when Vaughn, the refined kidnapper, decides to give Hyun a chance to join his select group of criminals. She goes from being kidnapped to a member of the gang, complete with a new job and everything. Hyun, now a multitasking professional, faces life with Vaughn, managing accounts, transporting drugs and girls, and even answering phone calls. At this point, we discover that Bob, the supreme boss of the girls' trafficking, is also a gang expert and a lecturer on the evils of human trafficking, because everyone needs a hobby. Things get even more interesting when police officer Rove Greer appears, accusing Bob of a murder that happened a year ago. Bob, of course, denies everything, because admitting wouldn't be as fun. Hyun, in turn, begins to suspect observers and, in her cleverness, quotes inflated prices to a customer over the phone. Vaughn, the modern gentleman, decides to eliminate Bob, and Hyun, showcasing her talents, participates in the disposal operation of the bodies of the two girls. What could go wrong? Throughout the journey, Vaughn dies from an overdose courtesy of Hyun, who, cunningly, escapes to rescue her friend Kyo. The brilliant plan of pretending to be interested in buying Kyo, only to actually anesthetize the buyer and rescue the friend, highlights Hyun's sharp intellect. The story ends with an emotional call to Hyun's mother, where conflicting feelings of sadness and joy mix. I hope you enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment on what you thought. See you in the next one.